wanna talk about sports. They need a resource where they can come talk about sports. They really be talk, but we know the facts. Stacks, yeah, that's where it's at. We the hottest on the map. This is take on. This is take on. Yeah, they need a resource. We got you, just make up the choice. Who out here making that noise? This our take on sports. This is take on. This is take on. This is take on. This is take on sports.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. Just like normal, he is your host, Mr. MP80 Baby.
And there right there is your host, Mr. GPG.
Welcome to
our Take on Sports.
On this podcast, man, we keep it real, give you the hottest information, keep you updated on everything that's going on in the sports world. We never waste no time on this show, and we sure ain't gonna start doing it right now. We're gonna dive right into it. The WNBA, man. The WNBA. Now the WNBA, the Liberty won their first championship in franchise history, beating the Minnesota Lynx 67-62 in overtime. Nafisa Collier put up 22 points and 7 rebounds, and Kayla McBride scored 21 points. Again, it wasn't enough. As you know what them girls from the Liberty did, man. Did you happen to catch any of that?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. You know, I definitely did. You know, I definitely was keeping my eye on it. I definitely hate, you know, again, I hope I didn't curse that, you know, Minnesota and everything, but you know, it is what it is. You know, Liberty, you know, they upset it, the big sisters. I felt like you know, Minnesota had enough fighting power to win. It was some questionable calls, and I know you're gonna get up into it and break that down. They could have kind of, you know, favored different, you know what I'm saying, predictions of the game and everything, but I'm one that always say, you know, try not to leave it to the refs, but it was some questionable calls that, you know, kind of lopsided the game a little bit, and let's keep it 100, that last game was kind of ugly. It didn't look so smooth to see them in the you know, in the finals, winner take all game. It was kind of sloppy parts of the game. If you know, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but it was kind of sloppy. But I know you're gonna break it down to me. Give me the logistics of that, Mr. GPG.
Well, it was a good game, just like all the games were. You know, came down to the wire. Courtney Williams, love that girl, man. Dog. She just didn't have a good game that day. She just didn't have it that night, man. She shot pretty bad, man. 2 of 14 shooting. Nafisa Collier and Kayla McBride, they were able to do a little bit, man, but they needed Courtney. And it was a knockdown, drag-out fight. But let's not make no mistake. Like you said, it was a sloppy game. The New York Liberty were broke. They were broke. And when I say broke, I mean broke. Sabrina Ionescu shot 1 of 19 from the field. I mean, she didn't have anything. I mean, what she have here? Sabrina was 1 of 10 from three-point range. Breanna Stewart was 4 of 15 with 13 points. Phoebus had 13 points, 4 of 11. I mean, the only person that did anything was Sabali. Mm-hmm. She's the only person that really did anything. She had 13 points. She shot 5 of 7. You know, she had 7 big rebounds. And the MVP, Jacquel Jones, who has been the steady, you know, person. I'm so glad she got that MVP award. They didn't give it to somebody that didn't deserve it. They actually gave it to the person that it deserved. And she got 17 points, man. She shot 5 of 10 from the field. I mean, they did just enough, but with all that being said and done, it was the call. It was the call, man. I mean, was it a foul? Did she foul Breanna Stewart in the end of that game? The coach was going crazy, man, over there talking about there's no way in the world that was a foul. If they send that tape in, this is what she said. If they sent that tape in, that the WNBA would have called that minimal contact, no call, and that championship was stolen from them. You look at the play, I could see it either way. I can see it either way. I mean, they are in New York. There's no way in the world, I don't know if they're going to change that call while they're in New York. I don't know. The girls battle, man. I picked New York to win the series, when we started. So congratulations to them girls, man. I ain't going to harp too much on and try to rain on their championship. But questionable call gave them their championship.
I agree to an extent. Again, I say don't leave it to the refs, and you're gonna be in this type of position. When you leave it to the refs are gonna do their job, and they're gonna call the game from their viewpoint. And that's, you just got to learn to live with it. That's why you got to play all 4 quarters, and this is just gonna be a sour taste. It's not like Minnesota don't have rings. They just definitely wanted this one. I know it would have been, kind of sweeter, but again, questionable calls are questionable calls. Every game have questionable calls. Again, some just get, be at a time you just hate that it happened at that time.
Right.
You can't leave your team vulnerable in that position. So big up to New York. They got their dub and they got their ring. Congratulations.
First championship in franchise history, man. Congratulations, young ladies, man. Looking forward to seeing if you guys play next year, man. I'm looking at news, man, and I don't even know if it's going to be a WNBA next year. We'll see. Let's just hope and see. But since we're talking about basketball, we might as well get into opening night, man. And the basketball guys right now, man, the Los Angeles Lakers open up against the Timberwolves. What you got for me?
Man, let me tell you, now I did get a chance to watch a lot of that first game, the Knicks going to visit Boston Celtics. And man, I think I spoke on this previously on another take that Boston been feeling disrespected over the offseason as if they, like they didn't just win no championship. Well, ring ceremony or not, opening game or not, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, them boys came out there and bound them boys. Yeah. I don't care about Cat being on no New York Knicks. Man, they came out there. I don't care about no Bridges being on no New York. What, y'all ain't did nothing. That's what Boston Celtics said today. Because they shot they almost broke the record for threes in the game today. They was 1-3 away from breaking their franchise record or NBA record, I believe it was. And they hit 29 threes.
Wow. Hey, they whooped their ass.
Now, no. Before you get into it, now don't let me take that from the Knicks. Now they ball. Their percentage was like over average. They was shooting like 53% from the field all game. The Celtics just couldn't nobody miss from 3. Not even Al Horford. Al Horford was hitting step back threes.
It's too early to call it a statement game and all that stuff. It was only the first game of the season, but that was one of them games where we said, we the champs. And we finished up. I don't care what kind of additions and subtractions that you done made to your team. I'm about to show you that this is still about us. And Boston as a team, they did that without Porzingis. Porzingis is back. They did that without Porzingis.
Yeah.
Straight. So, shout out to the Boston Celtics, man. I ain't no Boston Celtics fan. I respect them. But shout out to them boys, man. They went out and did their thing, man. Defending champ came out and beat that for the New York Knicks tonight, man. The Los Angeles Lakers put a butt whooping on them Timberwolves tonight, too, man. And I love watching Bronny James and his dad check in at the same time, man. I don't care what nobody say. They can sit there and say Bronny ain't good enough to be in the league. Bronny ain't this, Bronny ain't that. He should look. If you can get your son to play side by side with you because you done been in the league for 20 plus years, and you still there, and you you'll do it too. I would. I would.
I mean, you can say a lot of people would, but there's a lot of players that hasn't. That was great players that had sons that they probably could have played with. They didn't, you know what I'm saying, force their way into the NBA. And without a doubt now, we all know this was forced. This is all forced. I mean, they made history. That was great. You know, it was beautiful. But what happens when the Cinderella hour ends? What happens then? What happens then when Papa Bear go on home and go and start to hibernate forever? What happens then?
You didn't hear me say Bronny James was a great player. You didn't hear me say Bronny James scored a bunch of say Bronny James is out there hooping and killing and doing his thing. You didn't hear me say none of that.
It's gonna be the
moment that they checked in together. That was it.
Yeah.
Look, we all know Bronny James' talent should not be in the NBA. We all know why he's there. I just think that it's pretty cool that he checked in with his dad next to him. It's something that, you know, we may not ever see again in history. I thought it was pretty cool to see history being made tonight. But let's not make no mistake. We all know Bronny got a lot of work to do. He's probably going to go to the G League or whatever it is, you know, if he's able to stay up there. They got that boy, Komet. What they call it?
Yeah.
Komet. Whoa! Whoa, that boy, hey, man. So the Lakers did their thing tonight, man. Shout out to them. The Timberwolves didn't do jack. The only person that showed up was Anthony Edwards. All I did was hear him screaming at his teammates. Y'all need to play harder. Wake up. He's the only one that was hooping, man. Rudy Gobert, you're 7'2", 3, 4, man, and you still get your shot blocked on a regular. I don't get it, but hey, I don't know. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the first home opening game win they've had in forever, it seemed like, you know, so they finally got a win, you know, to open up the season. They usually start out 0-1, but to this time they 1-0. So we'll move on from that, man. We also, I got a question for you, man, a little bit about the NBA, man. Talk to me, man. We ain't gonna name the obvious. You know, I like to end the show and stuff like that with trivia a little bit, but we ain't gonna do the obvious. Give me your surprise NBA team to watch out for. Who's gonna be that team?
My surprise pick.
And not the obvious. We ain't talking about the Celtics, and we ain't talking about, you know, them obvious teams. I'm talking about one of them sleeper teams that didn't make the playoffs last year. Who gonna make the playoffs this year and make some noise in that conference?
So, I got a team that I feel like I don't even know if they made the playoffs last year. But they was close if they didn't make the playoffs last year. And I'm gonna go with this team here, and I'm trying to see if I can pull them up before I even say, here they go. So the Houston Rockets is a team that I feel that's gonna make some noise this year. That may have or may haven't made the playoffs last year. I can't remember if they made the playoffs last year or not. If they did, it was kind of close to it. I don't think they made it, but yeah, I like the Houston Rockets. I like the Houston Rockets this year. They're a young team. Last year they won some real good games that I was able to catch. that they did play last season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this year.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a real good one, man. Houston Rockets made they made a big leap last year, man. You know, they won some games, man. Ime Udoka, their coach, man. That boy doing his thing over there, man. I have to give it up for the Houston Rockets, man. I'm going to tell you my team, I'm going to go with the San Antonio Spurs.
Ooh, with Chris Paul over there?
No.
That's weird.
Chris Paul to be healthy by the time the playoffs start, man. He ain't never healthy by the time the playoffs start. And if he healthy by the time the playoffs start, then that's just the bonus for the San Antonio Spurs. I'd be danged if I hang my hat on him and his health, man. No. I like Wemby, man.
Like him?
Wemby, man. I like Wemby, man. That boy right there, man. That boy from France, man, is a good player. They got some dumb boys over there too, man. Devin Vassell, and a couple other young pieces. Great coaching. You already know that they've always had over there. They still got that. But I love what Wemby did, you know, in the Olympics, man, representing France in that country and what he did playing against the United States, man. Plus, man, that boy got skills, man. I mean, the San Antonio Spurs can make some noise, man, in the Western Conference, man. I saw them come straight down here to Phoenix and put hands on Kevin Durant now, you know, a couple times, you know what I mean? And it wasn't everybody want to make excuses, you know, Kevin Durant wasn't there or Booker was hurt or Bill was out. Man, that team, Phoenix was still supposed to win. Yeah. And then when they did get them back, San Antonio whooped them again. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for them San Antonio Spurs. I know it's a couple people out there that's watching the show that love the Spurs. And I ain't doing this for y'all. I'm doing this because I like the Spurs too. They're a dangerous team, man. They ain't my favorite team, but they're a team that I definitely watch and respect, man. That's one of the teams that I think is going to be a surprise. So we're going to watch out, everybody. Y'all keep your eyes open, man. If y'all got anything or any team that y'all think is going to be a surprise, MP said Houston, you know, GPG says San Antonio. Tell me what y'all think, man, you know. So that's pretty much it for me, man, on that one. What you got anything for me, man? I know you said something about that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson earlier.
Yeah. I wanted to speak on that, so I know everybody knows that Jake Paul trying to take on Mike Tyson. It might be an expedition fight. But you know, keep your eye out on it. I hope Mike Tyson actually hit him with a 1-2 combo. You know what I'm saying? Some real power, just to let him know what it really is, what it really means, what it really feels to be a true boxer.
Who gonna fight?
Who gonna win the fight?
Who gonna win the fight?
Oh, Mike Tyson should win. I mean, Mike Tyson. I can't say. Why would Mike Tyson want to lose to Jake Paul?
He might not want to lose. It just might happen. Nobody want to lose. It just might happen.
If it's scripted,
you bet on that 58-year-old champion, man. You think he gonna beat that young boy?
Hey man, I watched, you know who I watched come out and win a championship? I watched George Foreman come out.
I knew you was gonna say
that. Old man body.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Old man body.
George man.
Can nobody knock his ass down?
George Foreman won 58 when he fought Michael Moore. That dude was in his
40s. But he still had an old man body.
Hey man, let me tell you something. This too crazy to think about this whole thing. Jake Paul, absolutely, in my opinion, has nothing to gain from this fight.
Man. Right.
Nothing to gain from this fight. If he beats Mike Tyson, you beat an old man. If you lose to Mike Tyson, you lost to an old man. You can't gain anything. You need to stop messing around. Stop fighting these old boxers, these basketball players, these UFC fighters, these actors or whoever else you want to get into the ring with. And you need to fight somebody, man, that actually put the gloves on for a living. Then, if you fight look, you ain't got to beat the person that you're fighting for a living. Just step in the ring with them. and then we'll respect you more. I can't. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna definitely watch it.
See what happens. But if I think Jake Paul gonna win the fight, and it ain't because I don't like Mike Tyson. I just think you can't. You better not lose. You have been fighting. You've been in the ring. You've active. Mike ain't fought in forever. If Mike come in this ring and beats you, man, you need to hang your gloves up. Straight up, Jake Paul. If you lose this fight, hang your gloves up.
I mean, he is fighting the heavyweight, so he had to gain some weight to even try to be at any type of weight level to even fight Mike Tyson. Because if not, I mean, Mike Tyson might be an old man in some states, but let's not act like he's still not training. He might not be training like he once was, but let's not act like he still ain't hitting the bag now.
I'm sure he's hitting the bag, man. I'm sure he's hitting a lot of other things too, and that's the reason. I'm just saying, man. Look, Mike. Hey, look. I don't want to make Mike mad. If you ever see this podcast, look, go Mike.
Hey, man. Hey, and make him mad so he can come on our show. Damn it.
You can get your ass whooped, Mike. Hey, man, look, man. That's what I do it for our tape.
Hey, man, y'all know what time it is, man.
Comment. Watch the fight, man. It's gonna be good, man. But my man MP, what you telling them?
Hey, man, y'all know what time it is, like it always is about this time, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all chiming in with us. It's all jokes, all fun. It is our take on sports. So, man, we appreciate all the love. Hey, man, continue sharing this thing. Like, subscribe, and comment, man. But other than that, man, that's my host right there and y'all host, Mr. GPG.
And that's your host right there, Mr. MP80, baby.
And this is
our take on sports.
All right, y'all, man. We're going to holler, man. Until next time.
Peace.
Hey, MP, what they talking about? They talking about what? They talking about sports. Oh, really? Well, this is all. Out on the field, the ball on no courts. They wanna talk about sports. They need a resource where they can come talk about sports. They really be talk, but we know the facts. Stacks, yeah, that's where it's at. We the hottest on the map. This is our take on. This is our take on. Yeah, they need a resource. We got you, just make up the choice. Who out here making that noise? This our take on sports. This is our take on. This is our take on. This is our take on. This is our take on sports.